Hi there and welcome back, where it is time to open up the next phase of our ever-continuing search for the perfect band. That's right, we're opening up the application phase for the keyboard player. Now in this video I'll be talking about the result of the last vote. I saw a mosquito there. But first of all, let's just quickly talk about what's going on. I know you've probably heard this before, but I'm just going to say it quickly. This is the application phase. I want you to take the name of the person you want to be the keyboard player for the band, and I want you to write it in a comment below this video, and then after this process is closed in about a couple of days, I'll leave a little comment just to say exactly when it's closing. Then after that, I will then open up the voting phase on the community page of our YouTube channel. So please subscribe if you haven't already, so you can see when this all comes out and you don't miss your chance to vote. So what do we expect from a keyboard player? Well, this is an interesting position because realistically, you could have someone who was the keyboard player in a band, looking at bands like Gakrix Spin. Unfortunately not Silent Siren, hashtag no bias, we can't have Yukarun because according to the game rules, the person has to be currently active, and Yukarun is active in business but not in music currently, so unfortunately not. But you can have someone who's the keyboard player in a band. You could have a solo musician who happens to play keyboard, maybe is their main interest. I have some musicians who I can think of as well, who I'd put forward in under that set of circumstances. Or you could, if you wanted to, you could go out there and have someone who's primarily a singer who you just happen to know also plays piano. Or it could be someone who just plays piano as a secondary instrument, although that would be a really weird thing to put forwards. I know someone's going to put forwards Konami, that's why I'm saying it. I'm just preparing myself for the fact that I know someone's going to put forwards Konami. Anyway, so that's what we're looking for, and I really hope we get an interesting person for this, because this is one of those roles that could really do a lot to shape the band, and well, in giving the band the opportunity to step outside of just being a normal rock band. I mean, we have our guitarist, our bassist, our drummer all being decided. This is the one member who can pick any sound. They can get on the keyboard, they can play piano, they can play synth, they can do pretty much any sound they want, and plus it also gives them the ability to be a secondary singer. They can add their voice to this as well. So we could really have someone who can add something to the band in a significant way. And plus, a lot of keyboard players are notably also songwriters. So if you are, we're not really so much thinking about who's going to be the songwriter for this band, but if that's something that's important to you, which I wouldn't blame you for considering, then this could be an interesting place to bring in a really interesting songwriter too. So for me, I think this is a super important round. Please put forward the names for the people who you want to be the keyboard player, and you also singer or whatever else you want them to double up as well in this band. And then once this is closed, the application phase, then we'll start the voting phase over on the community page. But time to quickly talk about the results of the last vote. So look, no one's going to be surprised by now that the winner was obviously Band-Maid's Misa. But this is the interesting thing, because remember, there's going to be a tiebreaker at the end, because only one member of any particular act or band can be in our final band, which means I've now started, as you can see, putting the provisional contenders underneath the provisional winner, because as all three winners are Band-Maid members, that means that all of them have at most a third of a chance of staying where they are. And then, of course, if we get more Band-Maid winners, then there's going to be a good chance that, I mean, most of the second place people in these competitions have more chance now of being in the band than the first place people. So, yeah, it's worth bearing in mind. We've got some Nemophila in there. We've obviously got Tomomi. I'm really glad to see her standing a very good chance of being our final bassist up there in second position, but with Misa ahead. Only if Misa is the one member of Band-Maid left standing will Tomomi be denied. Although potentially another Scandal member could win their round. But let's get round to that later. Scandal don't have any keyboard players, or do they? Someone's going to put forward Rena again. Anyway, so I think it's all pretty much going as expected on the top rung, but some really interesting names coming up in the secondary rungs. Now, I'm really looking forward. These last three rounds to me are going to be really exciting, because the keyboard one, I say we could have anything. We could have a band keyboard player, we could have a solo musician or singer-songwriter who plays piano. We could have any number of strange names coming forward for this. And then also we're going to have the singer. Who knows who the singer is going to be? Lead guitarist. There's such a pool of different styles of guitarists. We're getting into three of the most unpredictable rounds, I think, here. So I'm really excited to see where this goes. And of course, at the moment, we really don't know who's going to be in the final band, because there are still playoffs to be had, tiebreakers to be done, and I'm looking forward to all of that. So anyway, there you go. It's a quick update. Just another thing, please when you're putting forward your votes, I really like that a lot of people are putting in detail with their votes, explaining why they chose their vote, explaining why they vote for the people they did. I really like that because it gives me a good feeling for what you guys are thinking when you're voting for this. It makes it much more fun. However, please, please, please do make your votes clear. I've had a lot of ones where it's just not really being clear who the vote is, and I have to sort of read through and double check that I've understood it correctly to get the vote right. And I have had some people voting for names that aren't on the list, and I get that, and I really like it, but please make it clear that those are not actually your votes, because otherwise I'm sitting there, I'm looking at names, I'm thinking, oh, this person on the list, and then I have to go back to the application and see, did I miss someone's name to put it on the list? So please, please, please don't vote for people who are not on the list. You can mention them in your comments, but please just remember that, because otherwise it's a lot of extra work for me to go back and double check things, because I really don't want to make any mistakes on this. So thank you so much again. Please feel free to express everything you're thinking, because I'm really enjoying reading the comments, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this progresses. We're into a really interesting final half of this, and then we got the tiebreakers, then we got the vote for the band name, then we got the AI art generated album cover, which is going to be hilarious. I'm really looking forward to this. Thank you so much, guys. Get in the comments now, put forward the name of your keyboard player, and until I hopefully see you very soon, for now, ciao, ciao.